Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, my team of the highest line resonance, thank you for raising me out of my bed. Thank you for this blessed Yamea Saturday. Divine masculine, make it hot. Divine feminine, make it hot. Spirit, make it pop. What's up, my unit? Just getting chilly. It's getting chilly, baby. How was your week? Huh? Wednesday was hump day was giving. The vibes were very giving on Wednesday. A lot of mishaps this week. A lot of accidents. Remember I spoke about that? Sometimes accidents are just that. They are an accident. And sometimes it's not an accident. Right? You got to be paying attention. Right? If there was some logic to it, maybe it wouldn't have happened. Right? This is where we're really getting into, like, was it an accident? Right? But some shit went down this week. A lot of things were energetic. Embrace the in-betweens. Right? The energetic flows that were going around, the disturbances, the evil eye. Right? A lot of things were being lost and misplaced. Right? Things were breaking down. Right? But there's from my understanding, if I'm looking at things correctly, there is a heavy fire element, right? A fire element. So things around generated around fire, whether it is an actual fire or things of that nature, where maybe even a lighter, right? Boom, blow up in front of your face, right? Time to heal, right? The stove, fuses, batteries, that type of energy. Ogun was out this week. Reclaim your power. Yeah. Co-create with spirit. Right? When I see this vibe here, co-create with spirit and reclaim your power. Right? The power that went out this week in whatever way. Right? Lock off. Switch. Right? Everything shut down. Right? Could be that vibe too, because of how this world's moving. Right? Lay a solid foundation. Beaver spirit. Right? Going back to that time, I don't even want to deal with that. I don't even want to wrap my head around that. It is a reality, but I like to stay in the light. I like to stay focused. I like to stay, like, keeping optimistic. Right? We leave those illusions and those things to the matrix. So I don't really dwell too much in that. But yeah, it's giving knowing how to start over again and laying that foundation when everything shuts down. Right? Can you operate still? The logical thinking is what I'm hearing. Some people don't know what to do. Freedom is yours. I'm hearing when things are like, when things shut down or it stops, like there's a sense of freedom, you know, right? Back in the day, if I ever lost my phone, which was a thing that would happen, right? For whatever reason, I would, after a while, that when I lost the material, I was like, fuck it. Freedom is mine. I took a break from the social media. I took a break from anybody calling me, because back then my energy was different, right? So I was just really open. So everybody would just be like, so I'd be like, oh, let me take this break. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want my phone ringing. Everybody's like, aren't you gonna get a phone? Aren't you gonna get a phone again? And I'm like, I was enjoying the freedom. So I'm getting that vibe here as well, where it's like things may shut down or be, not available. but it's giving you a sense of freedom for you to like reclaim some of your time back, right? Porcupine spirit, time for a beginner mind, right? This could be the endings that are here for you to start something new. It's what it is, a beginning mind, right? Reclaim your power. Yeah, it's back here again, right? And getting like this and that is true, right? I'm getting like an electrician energy is coming through right now, right? You're learning how to rewire your own life, right? And you're taking the information. That's what I said. This is about realizing that life can change in the blink of an eye, and the things that are happening right now, right? And what you are now finding out. Fuck what you knew, right? Right? The new student that's here now, what you've learned that you can apply, you can see that, you know what? I thought this was the only way that I could get juice again, right? I could juice back up like this, right? So you just became this new electrician now, and you're here hardwiring things, and you just engine start. You see what I'm saying? That's what I feel like I'm seeing here, right? That this and that is true, right? Reclaim your power is not going anywhere. Nightingale spirit, love is all around. Otter spirit, right? You're never alone, right? Yeah. This is good karma coming back to help you. That's what it is. What I'm seeing here. Seeing the bigger picture. Giraffe spirit. Something bigger than you, somebody older than you, something, right? That you can actually give respect to, where you see that, oh, okay, you know what? You believe that shit now, right? You believe it. Groundhog spirit. Time to let go. Yeah, and this was here. Thank you, spirit, because this was here like when I shuffled alone before I came on with you guys, and that's where the energy, where it's getting like the vibe of like the read, and this is where the time to let go. You're done with that mindset, Gretchen. You see what I'm saying? Let spirit be your guide. This is also too like you're not guided by these things and people and what you thought you read and knew and everything. You're like, you know what? You see that this and that's what I'm saying. Like you're going with what you believe, right? And it's starting you off. Spirit is here guiding you. Surrender now, right? You surrender to spirit. So everybody thought I was fucking crazy, right? Right? Dear spirit, bring a gentle touch, right? People that knew me before I dealt with the cards, right? If people worked with me, right? Every day after work, as soon as we push open those last doors and we touch outside, I say, Holy Spirit, thank you for a blessed day. And anybody that was around me would say the same thing, like, you know, like, yes, thank you, or like, amen, or whatever. I bless the day. Give thanks for the day, right? What's so different now, right? What's so different now? This evolution of where you are and things, like things will change, but there's certain things about you that won't. So like where you are going now with like what you know and what you feel and how you evolve in this energy, right? It's gonna get you things, but it's also going to eliminate things off the process too. And I feel like this energy right here is really here. Here we go. Clear up the clutter. Clear up the clutter. hmm hmm Frog spirit. hmm hmm butterfly spirit transformation is beautiful. hmm Dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. hmm Now is a lucky time. Somebody's been lying to you. This is what this energy is. I feel like you, this is a wake up. This is a wake up time to let go of the false narrative, or just the fact that you're following a certain narrative. See what I'm saying? Do you have all the facts? Are all the facts being given? You see what I'm saying? Full disclosure. Right? Full disclosure. Right? Full disclosure. Listen. 875. Partnerships and alliances, yeah. Yeah. These deals and these things. These deals. Shadow. hmm When they hope to keep you in the dark. They don't want you to know wisdom. Your intuition. Your intuition wants you to read the fine print. They don't want you to. They want you to rush and sign. You feel me? They want something out of you. Right? They're getting something out of you. You're waking up now. And that's where the this and that is true. Right? Sacrifice. There we go. So interesting, right? Because I'm thinking of the movie Him. Right? I went and saw it. And I'm just, that vibe is coming into that whole like not knowing what the the bigger picture is, right? And coming down to a certain type of sacrifice. You feel me? Being sacrificed. Something's being sacrificed to you. Whether it's your sanity, right? Or your time, right? I'm bored of this shit. You're like, done. Or if this is like the passion in here, that's what's being sacrificed, right? Being the passionate one, heart chakra, right? Overfilled, pouring out, just the one sacrificing so much, right? That's where the time to let go. The truth transcends illusion. This is where I'm getting some real bullshit. Like, it's really not fair. Some real bullshit in here. I'm getting some real bullshit. Some real bullshit in here. This is like the hope that I feel like is like coming through is hoping that you, or this end, like the one that is bearing the weight all the time, doesn't have to actually do this again. You're like, I hope I don't have to sacrifice this again. I'm just getting in a situation where I'm looking at balancing and doing certain things, or it's like, or I'm here. This energy I feel like is here, right? Or knows exactly what to do. Wise, yeah, very wise. Right? This can go either way. Sacrifice, suffering in silence. Yeah. If you don't say nothing, right? That's what this energy is hoping you do. Hoping that you don't say anything, so that you can continue to be put up. And then on the other hand, it's like, if you wake up, here is where everything comes in, right? It's gonna be coming right into the palm of your hand, right? Right there, right? There we go. Yeah. I don't know what this is, but all I know is that it's like in your gut, you know this decision is gonna put you on your face. Right? You're gonna fall flat on your face. But it's like you're waiting to make this and someone's waiting for you to make this. It's like good decisions and stuff like that in life, like when certain things come up, and it's there's that waiting game, right? The right type of nerves, right? I think are good. You see what I'm saying? But with this right here that I'm feeling in here, it's like both parties know that this ain't good. Spiritual strength, the light. Yeah. It's like hoping that they don't see the light. All right, here we go, moving on. And this is where it's like, I see it. I'm done. That's a little bit too dark for me. All right. Not that it's that not that you're not prepared for this, right? But look at this. You're you just came out of the dark. The shadow work that's here right now, you know very much about the dark. Don't get it twisted, right? You're coming out of it. So when somebody wants to act like as if like you're not, like like you can't bear or whatever, it's like no, right? It's the thing is I've been bearing, all right? Okay, but you're just going on to calmer waters. Maybe even somebody else, right? No longer trapped in this relationship. No one, all right? No longer wanting to be trapped into this relationship. So you're like, yeah, well aware. I tell you, the biggest thing that this world wants you to do is continue to stay asleep in many different ways. So when people work with certain energies and intentions, they could probably possibly want you to just stay asleep. I don't care what it is, all right? Your boss don't want you to quit because they're using you. Your relationship doesn't want you to go anywhere because you love and you care too much, right? Your best friend, you don't want to, right? You're going to be sacrificing your friendship over the truth. So you're going to just not say anything and just suffer in silence, right? I feel like when you see the bigger picture, right? When you see the bigger picture, you also free up the other person suffering in silence too, right? You're not the only one suffering in silence, right? You free yourself and you free them, right? And oftentimes too, these energies, not gonna lie, right? It's not all the time. You hope they change, but if they don't, it's not for you to worry about, right? You break up with that person now and they go into another relationship. We heard it and we see it before. Even if they get treated better, right? One, it's like try not to focus on it, but two, more majority of the time, it's just a repeated cycle. The same way we can jump into a repeated cycle too if we don't heal. We'll just find another same characteristics, so same trauma bonding, right? So this is where it's like where I feel like you really are understanding and seeing things like and taking control for it, just like how it can be go things can go bad, it can go good. So in the blink of an eye, things can change, right? And I don't know if anybody really can resonate with that on the level that it's supposed to be, but yeah, in the blink of an eye, things can change in a bad way if you're not paying attention and you're not using your logic. Why are you driving and using your phone or reaching for something? That's not very logical, right? Thinking at that time. You see what I'm saying? And in the blink of an eye. You see what I'm saying? But if you're thinking right in certain places, right? Your awareness. How oftentimes as you see things and you see on social media and the awareness of somebody saves a life in the blink of an eye. If we were to be more in that type of flow, That's what conscious thinking is, I think. To be conscious and be paying attention every day would be for everybody to be able to, in the blink of an eye, for whatever reason, be able to save somebody from that final destination because they're paying attention. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Let's change things, right? And understand that things can change in the blink of an eye, right? Well, how it's what are you putting in, right? The emotional loss, and what are we letting go? This is about letting go. Moving on the bottom deck, can't make this up. Top deck, suffering in silence. And if you don't speak it, you will never. Nobody's gonna know, right? Universe. The universe has pulled this, right? So if you don't know how to communicate this with this time, right? Too, the disappearing act is kind of allowed as we are leaving Virgo, going into right. It's like you can it's a loss. This emotional loss is a loss, right? It's like it would be very, 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 very evident why the transformation. If somebody was to be like, oh, you're choosing yourself, right? You're choosing yourself. Yeah, you feel me? You're choosing yourself. Love begins, my unit. Right? Starting all over. Starting all over. Right? The love begins. Right? Here we go. Nine of Pentacles. Material. Here we go. Material harvest. It's right here. Firm foundation. Right? This firm foundation. Ashe. Ashe. Sending love and light back to you guys. My unit. The material harvest. hmm hmm Yeah. You know who you're supposed to be around, and you know who you're supposed to, right? Rejoice in celebration. Three of Cups, right? Right? Three of Cups energy, right? Followed by up here with the Three of Wands, right? The partnerships and alliances, right? It's so funny because I'm doing my read here, and it's like I'm doing my stuff, and it's like I love you guys and stuff, I really do, right? But even at this time, like I look at like communication of how we speak to each other and how we say these things and how we do these things. And I wasn't even gonna address anybody or say anything, but it's just like I like how the read is going, and I'm getting this energy of the Father, Spirit, Holy Ghost here with the Three of Cups, and then the partners, alliances, and then the love begins, and the material harvest that's here, right? Like I love me, right? I love my life, right? I love the evolution that I see and that's unfolding, right? But as I come here and I do my stuff and I sit here on my platform and I try and I patience and planning, right? I actually live a good life, a wholesome life, a clean life, and I work hard and I do the work. And I just find it funny because I sit here and you know, I see, you guys, universally we're here, we're all connected in a certain way. I try to teach you guys that here for those who pay attention. And I just look at these comments here and I see, you know, I appreciate them. I really do. Right? I really do. But it's like I would never be putting myself in a position to be saying some of the stuff that you guys say to me if I didn't want to be here. Here's the truth, right? Comes here the truth and movement and choices, right? Right? I got somebody that said to me here, right? Get a job, right? And I give you guys full transparency, right? I left my job and I got another one. You feel what I'm saying? So when it's like get a job, I'm just like, it makes me feel like the evil eye and the devil's energy is trying to like taunt what they thought they knew. You feel me? Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's so interesting because I didn't overlap, right? I didn't overlap. So it was like, oh, get a job. It's like, but it's like kind of correct, right? Hating ass, but not really, bitch ass. And then I look at this one, and then immediately after that was followed by some love and light. And I do appreciate your message, but then all of a sudden it also switches and it says, I also recommend not leading people further astray because the hour is extremely short. Keep keep your eyes on Israel, bud. And I appreciate your message, but you know, I hope you're gone now because when I see stuff like that, it makes me feel like as if you feel like I'm leading people astray. So I wouldn't want to lead you astray, you know. And if you're still here, then you're welcome to stay. But you know, I feel like I know what I'm doing, right? And we can all sit here and have our own ways of living our life, but it's like wisdom, right? Stand your ground. You feel me? hmm I'm over here teaching you guys for the ones who actually are that done their homework, done all this, do all that. I'm not here to teach y'all about chakras and all these other things. I could tell you about it, right? But you're supposed to go down the rabbit hole already, right? We have everybody that's in their lane already doing their thing, right? So I said I've already done my work. I've already done my homework. I'm forever learning, right? But the teachings that I'm here to do are to make sure that you are staying conscious every day against these nasty principalities of this world, the disgusting changes that happen. We have elections coming, right? When the price goes up, right, and the cost of living goes up, I'm good because I've already balanced myself out when it comes to my flows and how I spend and looking at money and what I eat and all these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a lot of money to spend here from what I see. You see what I'm saying? So I don't really cater to the complaints of certain things when I see that we are spending, we have money to spend. Amazon's still popping, people are still going out, right? We buy our food, you know what I'm saying? And if not, then the poverty mindset and the scarcity energy is where we're really breaking free from, right? But like the distractions that are in this world right now, my unit, I feel like those are the things that can change your world in the blink of an eye. Shadow, right? So pay attention. Solitude, right? Recognition. There is nothing wrong with being alone for a little bit just so that you can actually, right, build. People be ghosting and disappearing, acting like, you know what I mean? Oh, I just needed a break, and then we all heard that. And it's like, all right, you just disappeared. So just like, this is like some true, right? Even if you're in a partnership, right? I feel like I'm seeing like a strong relationship where it's like y'all are together, but like somebody may be really like working hard to build like, build a foundation, build deals on the outside, like, balancing their life out. You're gonna have to be there. You said you were gonna understand this, right? You said you understood this, right? You said you were gonna be here for this solid foundation. Can't make this up, right? And then when you're actually in it now, people want to act like, right, you're never home. Right? Well, if you're not realizing that all this is to really get this new home or whatever it is, then we need to reevaluate this. This is where I see like this may not be working. Partnership and alliances again, right? Mhm. The devil. Mhm. Mhm. You can sleep on it for a little longer, but it's coming. It's coming Libra season, so be ready to have your decision or make your mind up. Or sometimes in life, the way I see the world in here before, Spirit will make this decision for you. And Ace of Pentacles, starting all over again, will not be a choice. And we've all been there before, right? So being a little bit in control, right? There's good towers that happen in life, right? There's good towers, destiny come through, Wheel of Fortune, power, bum bum, shadow, all these majors. Hmm. The Leo moon that passed was big, and the inner child energy that came through this season was big. So I just feel like partnerships and alliances, yeah. This is a heavy no deal, deal or no deal, obstacles and challenges. Right? If we can't make it past these things, and if you don't really can feel this, my unit, and you're bored of this situation, and this is the thing that you're just looking at it now, where like I'm better off. You know what I'm saying? There's better out there, right? I hear where the trumpets are. I'm going where the like where I hear the music, right? You're at work and the music, even the music is driving you insane. You see what I'm saying? You're moving on. You're like, I can't deal with this no more. I'm done. You see what I'm saying? I'm done. The mental conflict. That's what I'm saying. This is beer games. Beer games. Beer games. The mind games. You can't do this no more. Moving on. Moving on from all these mind games. And that's what I know. That when certain things like this happen, right? Things can change. That's the truth. Right? Oftentimes too, when the truth is involved, things can change. So you want the truth, you can't handle that truth. Okay? And that's where it is. If you can't handle your own truth or deal with your own truth at this time, maybe that's why things are not going to change or haven't changed. Right? Right? This partnership and alliances doesn't want to go anywhere. Mhm. There's a shift in energy that happens sometimes. Like my Libra moon, like when things used to go down, I used to always feel like I always was fair with others, but others weren't fair with me. Right? So I started to really use my mind on them, right, in the right way. So I'm gonna give you just a perfect example of how the energy is set up. I don't have to tell you something like but it's like, let's just say I always let everybody go first, right? And when everybody else goes first, right? Everybody gets a good share, but then when if I was to put myself in line to go third or fourth, I don't get that much. So let's just say I stop being nice. And when we all go out, I say, okay, well, I'm going first or second. I notice there's a problem, right? I didn't really care, right? But I knew there was a time in my life where I was playing those, I was testing the human energies and stuff. So I would just be like, yo, everything's good. I set it up, I paid for it and everything, but I'm just gonna go first. Problems, right? So that's why you shouldn't be fucking with these people, right? Why? And then you get into the when you get into the conversation of things, if you don't see it's if true logic and love, right? You shouldn't have to explain yourself so much. And if somebody's smart enough, they could see where it is. But you see, when you put yourself, if somebody was to put themselves into your shoes, right? That's what I say. You're always going around in life seeing that you're putting yourself in others, but they're not putting themselves in yours, right? You have to see if that's fair or not, and how you feel about that, right? And respect yourself, right? Because if you don't, others are not going to, right? And this is where it's kind of like you realize now where this is where just yeah, deception and envy, right? This is why I think certain things can't grow. Certain things don't grow. There we go. Fertility and crown. Can't make this up. Empress can birth anything. This is the frustration energy when you know you're so powerful and you know that you've done it all and you all the things are here. Everything is lined up. But what the always happens? Right? hmm There we go. Financial and material changes, and the universe again, right, is telling you, right? These people don't wish you well, right? The people that are working around you, right? They're not actually putting in the good work, right? Something's being skimmed off the top, right? It's not. It's this is. Oh, moving on, moving on. You're free to feel for more. This is also a shortcut, lazy way of doing things too. Settling. That's a form of settling. I'm seeing here, right? I feel like I'm ending here with settling. Choose wisely. hmm Right? You don't want to see the bigger picture. You don't want to hear. You don't want to, right? Take the time out to actually reflect on this, right? You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it now. You're gonna just, right? Victory and success, right? Yeah. hmm Right. This is like giving lack of time and love and clarity to get to the bottom of this. But whoever has gotten to the bottom of this, I can see they dug it up, sacrifice. Yeah. See that? You feel she's coming out of the like out. Did you see all them like? Let me dug this up. Let me dug this up. Stand your ground. Just dug this up. That's it.